Welcome to Conscious Creation with actress, author, and healer, Dee Wallace. If you want to take charge of your life, really take charge of your life, the next hour will be a fun, enlightening experience in creating the life you want. Whether it's money, health, success, or relationships, join Dee in celebrating the power of you and see your life expand into joyful creation. To join Dee live every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Time, call 206-402-0100 and enter PIN number 161329#. And don't forget, Dee can also be heard on BBS Radio, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and live at Oneness Talk Radio. You can also hear Dee on Transformation Talk Radio and on her YouTube channel, Dee Wallace Official. And now, here's Dee.
Hello, all you beautiful people I love. I'm coming to you from Phoenix, Arizona, or right outside. I don't know. There's so many places close to it. I'm not sure where I am. Scottsdale, I think. I don't know. Anyway, I'm in Arizona and getting ready to start this very challenging, very exciting film. Energetically and emotionally, it's another Cujo. So pray for me. And they worked the whole rehearsal schedule around today so I could be with you. That's the kind of people I'm with, and I created it. I was clear about it, and I'm in great appreciation for their thoughtfulness to allow me to be here with you. Now, look, you guys, everybody listen. I'm making the statement most people on the call today have directed their energy this morning, and it goes right to now. What is up with that? You need to get up and direct your day. So we're going to do it right now together. Go to your love place. We are directing our hearts to open front and back and merge with our whole brain. We are directing our chakras to be open, balanced, happy, spinning in the right direction. We are directing our hara lines to be straight, strong, and through the ID point so we stay in our knowing. We are connected to the highest information, the highest knowledge, and the highest understanding. We all claim I am the light of my balanced brain. I am the balance of and between the masculine and feminine energy in the creation of me and my life. And then from there, you direct anything and everything that you want for this day to hold for you. Now, if you start doing that, when you start doing this, you will see your days change. You will see your life change. So in this call, I am directing the highest information, the highest knowledge, and the highest understanding. That it's all balanced by the end of the call, and we are empowered. And so it is. All right, so I wish I could tell you who wrote this. I can't. Lauren came in for the week, and we have gone through and cleaned out 30 years of my office, trying to compile everything. They've started the ADU on my home, which I have to say is quite emotional in both ways. My daughter sent me the picture of the backyard where they're going to be building a new master bedroom. And they took a lot of the turf out, and it's going to use up a lot of the yard. And my first thought was, how am I going to throw balls for freedom? She's not going to be able to run through, and I started worrying about how my dog was going to adapt to all this, because her entire life she's had the run of the house and the yard. And okay, so I know worry is a negative prayer. So I'm just directing that she is going to be thrilled having these other dogs to play with and be with, and there will be plenty of room for her mommy to play balls with her every day, because that's what I want. Okay. A lot of this stuff is coming up for me and everybody around saying no when we think we should say yes. So I want to read this to you. It was so to the point. The fact is, people are fallible and will disappoint us repeatedly. The problem is not our inability to trust them. It is our inability to trust ourselves, to act in our own best interests. Once we can count on ourselves to set boundaries and represent our rights, we no longer feel exposed and unprotected. We are empowered. The other person's trustworthiness does not guarantee our emotional safety. Our own boundaries do. And then they took me to the core beliefs that this corresponds with. The first one is, I have to give up me so I can take care of others. The second is, I have to kill myself to take care of the people I love. The third one is, when I value myself, I have to abandon myself. The next one, I have to give myself up to pay for myself. And the last one is, someone or something has to take my power away. None of those are going to create a balanced life. You have to know when you really want to do something and when you feel you oughta do something. Two very different things. So I want you to start being aware of when you want to go, you know what, don't really want to do this. I, in my heart, don't feel like I want to move forward with this. Okay? So now when I test, everybody has directed their energy. But I don't want you to wait for me to do it. I want you to see how your lives change when you get up on a daily basis and direct what you want. If you know it, do it. All right, I'm getting off my Baptist preacher box here. We're going to go to the calls. Please have your question ready. Adele in Connecticut, you're on.
Hi, Dee. But the Baptist preacher really says it perfectly. You know, I've been directing energy like in the morning. I do it differently, but it makes a huge difference. It makes a huge difference. So I just want to confirm that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. So I have two questions. And one is, I was on the phone with my brother a couple of days ago, and I thought we just got disconnected, but when I was thinking about the conversation, I don't know whether he hung up. I'm going to call him on it. But I just didn't know if I could, if with the channel, like,
Well,
they could.
the highest words, Adele, are you never connected.
I never.
So they're using the metaphor of you thought you got disconnected, but energetically you're not connected.
Well, yes, and that is perfect. That's perfect, because when I called up, he was at his friend's house, and he picks up, and I just said, go back and visit. And I said, I called up, I haven't heard from you. You said you were going to call. So I just wanted to see that everything was okay. And then he started to keep on talking to me, and he said, the connection isn't good here. And I said, go talk to your friend. And then he would talk again. And then I would say, go talk to your friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is direct. My brother and I are connected energetically in every way.
Oh, my brother and I are connected.
Connected energetically in every way.
Oh, thank you.
And actors know this really well. You can work with another actor who looks right at you, and there's trucks going in between you because you're not really connected.
Yes, and I felt that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your second question?
Okay, the second question is, I keep on putting off having this test done. It's a breathing test, and I have another one scheduled. I've rescheduled it like 2 times. And
okay, so why are you putting it off?
I'm putting it off because the incident that happened, I was going to the doctor, and well, anyways, I don't want to go through all of that, but
it's not why you're that's not why. That's why you think that's what you're using as why. Okay, book, song. Give me a movie, please. Any movie that pops in.
Sound of Music.
Okay. You're afraid of the news you're going to get, and that you are going to lose things you love if you go.
Oh. Yeah.
But what your mind is creating.
Yeah, my mind is doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. So go get the scientific answers so you know what you're dealing with. Because your mind is blowing it more out of proportion than it is.
Well, I think it is too, like, it's like a breathing test, and, I'm like really fanatical about cleanliness and all of that, and I'm going to call them to see if they change the thing that everybody breathes on and all of that.
That's not it. That's not it, Adele. It's what you're coming up with a lot of excuses.
Wow.
Why not to look this in the face?
Okay. Thank you.
Go ahead.
I appreciate it.
Yes. Go handle it. Okay. And that, my friends, is an amazing message to everybody. Okay. Stephen couldn't get a name here. 346727, you're on. Hello? 346727. Anybody there? All right.
Hello?
I got to move on.
Hello?
Oh,
can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you.
Wonderful. I'm Anushri. I'm the first time speaking to you. So.
Beautiful. Well, welcome.
Thank you very much. I've been discovering you since a few weeks, and was also part of that masculine-feminine workshop, and I really loved this approach very much.
Beautiful. Beautiful. What's your question, darling?
My question is, let's say I'm trying to direct and create consciously positively in my life, and often I feel that the relationship I have with my husband is then, coming into my way of keeping on thinking positively. So I thought, normally, if everything is going well there, then also I feel like my finances and everything else flows well. And I was wondering if there's maybe a core belief or something.
All right, sweetheart. what you just said was, I am out of my power because my husband takes it away from me.
Can you repeat that again? Sorry?
Nobody and no thing can take your creative power away. You are using your husband as an excuse why you cannot create your own life.
I understand that, what you're saying.
Okay.
It always confuses me when I'm like creating something positively and then he is, let's say, not so positively. And then, I mean, I cannot create for him, but...
You can't create for him, but you continue to create for you positively with love and joy. You don't have to have his permission. And there is a long-standing belief that in you that that's how relationships work. The man has to, and that's the highest word, give you permission. So that's what you have to redirect your brain. I'm the creator of me. I focus only on what I want to create, and I know that the universe listens and answers in every way. Just take him out of the formula.
But if then there is some fighting in the relationship, it will maybe...
Well, that's why I read what I read in the beginning of the show. That's your boundary. That's up to you to say, no, I am creating what I want joyfully and happily, no matter what. I allow you to live without joy if that's what you want. And that is not going to create me losing my joy. Do you understand?
Yes, yes.
When we allow another person to do that, we live in reaction instead of creation, and that's not where you want to be, baby. Okay?
Yeah.
That's your answer. So you go create you bet. And I think we all needed to hear that. Uh-oh. Oh, there, it's back. Okay. Kathy in Illinois, you be on.
Hi there.
Hi, baby cakes.
I had wanted to ask a question last week, so it's a little different now. I had started a new job, had finished my first week, and went, did I make the wrong mistake by accepting this or accepting the position?
You didn't. No, you didn't.
The second week
Why
was
do you think
better.
You did?
Well, the first week it was like everything was so all over the place. It was like, do I really want to deal with all this fragmented stuff? But this past week it started to make more sense.
You're there to bring all the fragments into wholeness. That's why you're there.
Okay.
That makes sense now?
Yeah. They're not very organized, and they want me to organize.
Yeah. And you're supposed to be there to do that. I get my huge, big helicopter yes.
Terrific.
So,
okay.
Commit to it. Commit to joyfully bringing this into a complete picture and making it whole again. That's why you're there. All right. Yep.
Thanks.
Yep, you bet. Okay, we're going to, I think it's Paula in California, if I can get you on. Hold on. Oh, the switchboard. There you go. You're on, Paula.
Thank you. Hi, Dee.
Hi, baby.
This is a perfect call. It addresses everything that I am what I called in about. And about it, yeah, right. So this has to be, I'm sorry, people. This is the same old thing about the, settling the estate with my brother. And I'm, really realizing I create, and I just want some clarity because he's being very delay, and I want things settled. But I know.
No, it goes to no when you say that. So
really,
what do you have to get into alignment to have everything settled now?
Yeah.
Beats. Look, give me a song.
Sweet Caroline.
Good times never seem so good. That's the line we're going to. Okay, so when I say you want this settled, you want all the good times right now, you want it done, I get a no on all of them, Paula. So why? Why does she not want this completed now, successfully, joyfully in love? Why? Sheets, book, song. Give me a movie.
The Way We Were.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So the way we were is about two people who loved each other so much, but they grew different ways. And so they couldn't stay together and honor who they were. You can and should honor yourself and him by completing this successfully now.
Yes.
Well, there's a part of you, pardon my French, but this is how they're giving it to me. There's a part of you that thinks you're screwing him over. You're not.
Can you say that I'm screwing him over?
Yeah.
Is that, yeah.
This is all subconscious.
Okay.
When this comes to completion and is done, it will honor both of you, and that's what you want.
I do.
Okay.
I do want
Start
that.
directing. When I say you've directed it, goes right to no. Wanting and directing are not the same thing, guys.
Right, and I've been wanting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, direct it.
Yes. So then I'm talking to realtors, and will this be in alignment with, because I'm
not
directing
until you're
this.
in alignment, Paula.
Uh-huh.
Guys, you've got to bring yourself into alignment before everything else falls into alignment. So you bring yourself into alignment that you are serving, and the highest word is honoring both of you and everyone concerned when this is completed.
Okay. I direct that. I absolutely direct that.
Okay. Keep going to love and directing it and staying in your knowing, and things will shift. Okay?
Thank you. Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, you bet. Guys, you've got to bring yourself into alignment and be in harmony and love with whatever you want first, and then it shows up in your life. Ilka, you're on.
Hi, dear. How are you?
I'm fabulous. Thank you.
I have a couple of questions. The one, I'm still struggling kind of with my arm and shoulder pain. I've been doing everything I can.
Okay, stop, Ilka. When I say you have directed what you want, it goes right to no.
So what is the blind spot? Why I feel that I am directing, but it's really not?
Okay. Have you directed my shoulder and my arm feel great?
Well, I direct my whole health to feel great, so I need to just focus on that.
No, it goes right to no.
For my whole health, or?
So let me explain. Right now, you are directing it, hoping to take a negative and make it a positive. I just want you to, from your love place, direct the positive, knowing it's already been delivered to you. It's the difference between trying to make something happen and knowing that as soon as you direct it, it is happening. It's like you don't go to a restaurant and order dinner and go, oh, I better go back to the kitchen and check to make sure I wonder if it's really going to be coming. Am I going to get what I ordered? No. You order it and you let go and you allow it to be delivered after it's cooked. It's the same thing we want to do with the universe. I don't care how you do it. It doesn't have to make sense to me. I just know from my love place that you delivered to me and I've directed you to do so.
So no matter what I do, hormonal balance or this testing or that testing or going to this doctor or another doctor, the energy and direction is the main thing, you're saying?
Always you must have yourself in alignment. Right now, you're in alignment with looking for what's wrong, Ilka. You want to be in alignment of knowing you are receiving everything your heart desires.
So to focus on the trust of it all for everything.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're asking the universe to send something to you while you're saying, but I don't believe you're gonna. I don't trust you. That's where you're hitting the wall around your direction of energy.
Okay, and quickly, does it matter if I say to those people that are selling my book without my permission, doesn't matter what I say to them, I still need to trust in order for things to work out there? Some abbybooks.com is selling my book, and I didn't even know until I just found out. Do I need to do...
Oh, yeah, get a lawyer.
To call my lawyers to send them a letter or something and tell them...
Well, sure. That's not okay. Are they paying you?
No, but the person that put my book everywhere, he thought that was legal.
That's business. That's business. But it also represents people screwing you over. That if you have any kind of belief around people not being fair, not taking care of you, screwing you over, blah, 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 you have to attract energy that will do that. So you get yourself into alignment around seeing a world that is fair and that always comes through for you.
All right, so just to do all those things that you're suggesting, that is being in alignment.
That I've suggested ever since you've been with me. But you got to do it, guys. You've got to live it. You can't just hear it. All right, you put that into effect. Yeah, and you'll see, Ilka. You'll see. Okay. Going to, let me see if I can get you up here. Sorry, the switchboard today is Iris in Philadelphia, you're on.
Hi, Dee.
Hi, babe.
I wanted to talk a little bit about the masculine and feminine. And first question is, where am I out of balance in my masculine and feminine?
You're overbalanced in the masculine.
And is that in...
It's like, I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to force this to happen. That pushes it away, Iris. Because underneath that, when we feel like we have to force things, it comes from a place of not being safe and not trusting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
And it seems like with the masculine, a couple of ways that it being out of balance can be expressed is both this like overthinking and like hyper-intellectualization and also this like energy of force or bullying. Is that right?
Absolutely. And you're seeing that all over our political scene right now. It's a perfect example. Perfect example. I'm going to bully you. I'm going to force you. I'm going to put fear in you to get what I want.
Yeah.
So underneath that is a very insecure person who doesn't know what they want.
Right. Just fear of the other. Sort of.
Well, yeah, it's the belief, and we're all taught it, guys, when we're little. The harder you work, the harder you push, the harder, nose to the grindstone. But underneath that is things can't come easily. Things aren't in flow. I can't just allow things to be delivered to me. And that's when they are.
Well, my last little thing I think you just answered it, but I'm really noticing. So we have this contest at work, for selling how much, the most bottles of water. And last year I did really, really good, but I came in second place, and there was no prize for second place. And this year they have prizes for first, second, third. Anyway, I'm noticing how much I'm like falling in and out of balance with it, and that I think I'm doing.
Okay, honey. Why don't you just keep taking yourself to the joy of what people experience when they have enough water?
Yeah.
You see,
yeah.
Well, that's not where you've been going. You've been going, I got to do this to win the prize. I got to do this to win the prize. I want you to put your focus on what you're giving.
Yes. And I was saying I'm directing. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm directing.
I was directing that I am receiving guests in my section who want to, enjoy and spend money on the bottled water. Like I'm just receiving that. They're in my section.
Yeah, but
a lot of
underneath
people already know what they want.
What was driving that direction, though, was you wanting to win.
I do want to win, Dee.
Okay.
I do want to win. So I need to let go of that.
Well, it's shifting your perspective on it.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm winning this contest because I am so hooked into the joy that everybody has from the water I have for them. Water is life. I am literally selling them life. How cool is that? Can you feel the difference between that and and the emotional part of where you've been trying to win?
Yes,
it's a whole different feeling.
Yeah, it's like it's so silly. It doesn't really matter, but I'm sort of like, ooh, there's a lot going on here for me, so I think I'll ask. So thank you very much.
Honey, what it's about, is winning in life.
Yeah.
And you don't believe that you do. You don't believe that you do. Get up every day and say, today, in every way, I win in this life, and it feels like love.
Ooh, I felt that. Okay.
Yeah,
thank you,
good.
Dee.
All right, you bet. And that's a good one for all of us, by the way. Today, in every way, I win in this life. Oh, I like that one. Brian, you're on, baby cakes.
Good morning, Supreme Sexiness.
Yes, I am, baby. What can I answer for you?
All right. So as you know from our last few discussions, I've been directing my day on a daily basis. I have been demonstrating the direction of my day, creating some pretty significant miracles, which has been going, yay! Lately, I have directed a certain amount of money to come in, and I've received half of it slowly over the last 2 months, and I'd like to know why it's taking so darn long. Does it have anything to do with my little child?
The first thing that came in is it's taking longer so you can easily absorb it.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you got a huge windfall all at once, there is a fear in you that you can't handle it. So what do you want to direct?
I want to direct that I can handle it.
Okay.
I know I can handle it. I handle it with ease and grace and love and joy.
When I am delivered a big windfall of money, it feels like love, and I handle it easily and joyfully. So put it all together like that. I haven't finished yet, but I've been working on the essential trimmers and cleaning out my office. I found an old email from a healer that I had worked with that literally states what the essential trimmers is about. Now, I got this 10 years ago. Sometimes we have to bring ourselves into alignment so that we can receive what we're asking for. And basically, it was about an old past life where I created the belief that my body could not physically handle all of my amazing creation. So, those of you that know my stories from Cujo, that's easy to put together. I created an amazing opportunity, an amazing film, and I blew out all my adrenals doing it, which plugged in to that past life belief. So now I've started to direct my body easily and joyfully handles all of my amazing creation. I can't tell you guys, in just the 3 or 4 days I've been doing that, I have more energy, I'm more positive, my body feels better. It's miraculous. So, Brian, just know that all your energy handles any and all financial windfalls that want to come your way because you're creating it that way. This goes for everybody. When I was working on me, the channel kept saying, this is for everyone, this is for everyone. Whether it's physically or, you see this in my business all the time. People will be in relationships and one of them will make it and then the relationship dissolves because they feel that there's some belief in there they can't have everything. If I'm going to have money and success, I better pay for it with my relationship or with my health or, blah. So whatever it is, you don't really have to know about it. You just know today in every way, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, chemically, and cosmically, I handle everything with joy and love. And it's good for me to get everything I want. Okay?
Okay. So I don't need to worry about, because I'll be honest,
worry
this
is
an
a
idea.
Negative prayer.
Right. No. But I'm a little surprised that this hidden thought is within me because I've experienced bigger windfalls before that I've always accepted with love and joy. And, like I asked before, is this have anything to do with my little child or maybe even a past life?
Yes.
But if you're saying that I don't need to know, right?
Well, it started 0 through 5, 0, 1, 2, 3 years old with your mom.
Mm-hmm.
And I get a big yes on your mom. So go back and just ask yourself, what did you witness where your mom got what she wanted and somehow there was a negative attached? You'll know it. You'll know it when you ask. All right, baby. Love you.
Thank you.
Great to hear from you. All righty. We are going to Kimberly in Florida, if I can ever get you on. Hang on. There you go. You're on, Kimberly.
Hi, Dee. How are ya?
Hi. Good.
Good. So, when I first raised my hand, I didn't really have a question, but now I have a confession and a question.
Okay.
So, when you were talking about directing our days every morning, normally I do that every day, but I'm on vacation at the moment, and I noticed that I haven't been this week. What's up with that?
You took a vacation.
Okay, so that's all it is. All right.
That's all it is, honey. That's all it is.
Okay. Well, and then listening to Iris, that prompted a question in me about my masculine and feminine. I feel like I'm in balance, but I just wanted to ask the channel if I'm out of balance in any place.
You're a little overbalanced in the feminine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Your masculine is what gives us the power to carry through. What the feminine is guiding us to create. So just when you get off, sit there and go, okay, where do I need to carry through and complete more? Okay. Not out of force. Not out of force, but out of choice.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Thank you so very much.
You are so very welcome. All right, we're going to have to make it quick, Nancy, but I wanted to get you on. Hang on. Okay, you're on, Nancy.
Okay. I'm curious as to, are you willing to share the name of the movie you're making now?
Oh, sure. It's called The Licked Hand. I'm
L-E-X?
No, L-I-C-K-E-D.
Oh. Is there another dog in it licking your hand?
There are 2 dogs in it.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But it's not the same as Cujo. But what's your question for you, sweetheart?
Again, the best solution for my health. I have cleared a lot of old past patterns, so
we don't
fresh.
clear, we redirect.
Okay, I've redirected a lot of that. Yeah,
I get a yes on that. There's one core belief they want to give you. Hold on. Yeah. 7. Someone or something has to take my power away.
Yeah.
If you have that belief, Nancy, then you will use your health as one of those somethings that take your power away.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I gave
away I gave away my power to my mom because she was truthful. She never lied, and I had no reason to not believe her. But every once in a while, some of her words really hurt me to the core.
Well, and Nancy, let's take this moment for all of us to remember we picked the families we're born into so that our soul could learn where we need to grow and what we need to direct.
Right.
So right now, thank your mommy for giving you those negative suggestions. So in this moment right now, you can redirect them into the positive.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
And, yeah, you bet. You know, guys, let's continue the direction here while we close the show out. For everything that we have brought in today, we claim and direct the positive redirection. We invoke the symbol, the formula, the violet flame, the golden light. We are divine love. And so it is. Let's say it loud and proud. I love me. I love me, and I love me even more because I know that's what it's all about.
Thank you for joining Dee on Conscious Creation. Visit her website at imdwallace.com for awesome downloads, archived shows, enlightening webinars, and amazing free offerings. And remember, you can hear Dee every week on BBS Radio, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and live at Oneness Talk Radio. You can also hear Dee on Transformation Talk Radio and on her YouTube channel, Dee Wallace Official. Be sure to join us next week for Conscious Creation with Dee Wallace. And remember, loving yourself is the key to creation.